Anxiety is on the rise in the UK. In November 2024, 23.4% of people rated their anxiety levels as high the previous day. That's nearly 1 in 4 adults. But what's making people feel so anxious? And what, if anything, can be done about it? Before we dive in, please take a moment to subscribe for more great insights on the topics that matter. Let's get into it. Research by the Mental Health Foundation found that 60% of UK adults experienced anxiety that interfered with their day-to-day activities in the past 2 weeks. That's a staggering number of people impacted by anxiety. So what's behind these worrying statistics? Let's have a look at some possible causes. Let's start with the economy and finances. Inflation peaked at a striking 11.1% in October 2024. Although it's now down to 2.6% as of November 2024, the cumulative effect of prolonged inflation has severely eroded purchasing power. The cost of everyday products and services has risen by over 20% since May 2021, leaving many feeling financially strained. Our money simply doesn't stretch as far as it used to, and it's causing anxiety levels to remain high. In fact, 32% of UK adults with anxiety cite worries about paying bills as the primary cause. Personal debt is another growing concern. As of April 2024, UK personal debt stood at £1,850.1 billion, an increase of £18.2 million from the previous year. This equates to an average household debt of £65,143. These financial burdens play a significant role in the anxiety many are feeling. Then there's the impact of social media. The UK is one of the most connected nations in the world, but that connectivity comes at a cost. Research from the Royal Society for Public Health found that 4 out of the 5 most popular social media platforms actually make young people's anxiety worse. A culture of comparison, fueled by curated highlight reels, leaves many feeling like they're falling behind. In the past, comparisons were limited to keeping up with the Joneses, neighbors and friends. Today, social media has expanded that pool exponentially, exposing us to the curated lives of thousands, if not millions, around the world. Next, the COVID pandemic may have had a potentially long-lasting impact on anxiety levels. Prior to COVID, around 19% of the UK's adults reported feeling anxious based on Office of National Statistics, ONS, data. During COVID, this number jumped up to 39%. By the end of 2024, well after the pandemic, anxiety levels were still elevated with just under 24% of adults reporting anxiety. Job insecurity has become another significant contributor to rising anxiety levels, particularly in light of ongoing economic challenges. The fear of job loss or reduced hours, coupled with limited opportunities for career advancement, is causing many workers to feel uncertain about their future. The retail sector, for example, has been hit particularly hard, with many businesses struggling to adapt to changing consumer habits and the rise of online shopping. According to the British Retail Consortium, over 120,000 jobs were lost in the retail sector in 2023 alone. As bad as this was, things got even worse in 2024 with nearly 170,000 jobs lost in retail. Many expect this to get worse in 2025. This job instability contributes directly to the rising anxiety levels felt by workers in the sector and those who fear the impact on their long-term career prospects. Additionally, as many workers face low wages and limited job security, they are more vulnerable to financial anxiety. The cost of living crisis has only worsened these concerns, as employees worry about making ends meet without the stability of a full-time secure job. This job insecurity doesn't just affect those in retail. A growing number of people across various industries are experiencing concerns over their job stability, with the rise of temporary contracts, zero-hour contracts, and automation in certain sectors. For many, the fear of not knowing whether they'll have a job tomorrow is a significant source of stress and anxiety. Access to mental health services is another pressing issue. Despite the NHS spending around £12 billion on mental health services in 2022-23, accounting for about 8% of the total NHS budget, demand continues to outpace supply. Waiting times for NHS talking therapies can vary significantly, from just 4 days to as long as 79 days. For those struggling, these delays can exacerbate their conditions. To make matters worse, many people suffer in silence. The Mental Health Foundation reports that nearly half, 45%, of UK adults with anxiety keep it a secret. This is especially concerning when you consider that 30% of those struggling with anxiety say they are not coping well. What does this mean for the future? Addressing anxiety in the UK isn't just about individual well-being. It's about building a society where people feel supported, financially secure, and able to thrive. However, as ideal as this vision is, achieving it presents significant challenges. Societies are already grappling with numerous competing issues: economic instability, job insecurity, and social inequality, to name a few. With mental health services already stretched thin and demand continuing to outpace supply, it's clear that public resources alone won't be enough to solve the crisis. For many individuals, this means that coping with anxiety will require personal resilience and resourcefulness. As mental health support becomes increasingly difficult to access, people will need to find their own ways to manage anxiety, whether through lifestyle changes, self-help strategies, or peer support networks. This puts a lot of pressure on individuals who may already be feeling overwhelmed by financial stress, job insecurity, and other life challenges. Without a more integrated approach to addressing these issues, one that includes improved mental health services, job security, and financial stability, it's unlikely that anxiety levels in the UK will decrease significantly in the near future. What's your experience with anxiety? Do you think the UK's challenges are unique, or is this part of a global trend? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe to the channel for more great insights on the topics that matter.